Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we're going to be talking about the Alienware M15 R5 gaming laptop. We did an unboxing of this laptop a couple weeks ago, and today we're going to be talking about the results of our benchmarking tests. We're also going to be going over some of the things that I liked about the laptop and some things I didn't like. And then we'll have some final thoughts at the end. First of all, though, I'd like to do a quick refresher on the specs. This has an AMD Ryzen 7 5800H, has an RTX 3070 GPU, that's with Optimus, with a max of 125 watts, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 SSD storage, and then it has a 2560 by 1440 display. It's QHD with 240 hertz. Comes with NVIDIA G-Sync and Advanced Optimus with 418 nits of brightness. I really enjoyed working with this laptop. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get into it. On your laptop, Dell provides a software called Alienware Command Center where you can go in and tweak the performance of your laptop based on what you're doing with it. Whether it's productivity tasks or gaming, you can create themes based off the games you're playing. You can overclock the thermals, all kinds of different types of performance configuration that you can do. You can always go into the FX tab and also make changes to the backlighting of your keyboard, the little Alienware head on the back of the lid of the laptop, and also that strip of lighting that goes around the exhaust of the back of the laptop, which is kind of cool. Another piece of software that they provide, they call it the AMD Radeon software, and in it you can tweak the CPU performance. You can also make changes to how the monitor on the laptop performs. AMD FreeSync. You can optimize or go dedicated graphics cards. Lots of options here where you can tweak the performance of the laptop for when you're playing those AAA games. With 3D Mark, our time spike score was 10,334 for graphics, and our CPU score was 8,706. Our overall score was 10,052. Our online score was below our average, the average being 10,348. Our Firestrike graphics score was 25,581. Our physics score was 24,374, and the combined score was 11,679. Our online score compared to others was 22,709, where the average was 23,094, and the best score at 26,128. We did some screen tests with our Spider X Pro and we got 100% of sRGB, 89% of Adobe RGB, and 99% of P3. Using some of the copy-free music we have on YouTube, we're going to go ahead and test out the speaker volume and also the quality of sound that we get from them. So we're going to start out here at 24. And then turn it up gradually. Go to 50. $75. All the way up. So just at the top volume there, I found there was a little bit of a distortion. This is the 720p built-in camera and mic on the laptop, and it's not bad. There's a lot of graininess. The color is a little bit off. I look very purpley in this video. I'm not sure why that is, but I guess it's okay for Zoom calls. But I wouldn't use it for anything else other than that. It does have Windows Hello for quick access to the desktop on this laptop, and it works probably about 75 to 80% of the time. There's been some times where I'd have to move my head around to make sure that it captures my face, and when it does, it takes a long time for it to really get to the point where it's logging me in. So anyway, there is that. So we're playing Star Wars Battlefront on high settings, and we have the fan noise gearing up here, and it looks like as of right now around 58 decibels. So we are playing Battlefront 2 and we are checking out the temperatures of the keyboard deck, and it looks like the concentrated heat where it's really hot is right below the screen, right above the keyboard, and it's right around a little over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I did say higher temperatures, but they're not showing it anymore. It was kind of spiking at 105. There they are. And then down by the palm rest, you're looking at around 77 degrees, 78. Looks like around, yeah, right around 70, between 76 and 78 degrees. And you start moving up a little higher up, and you start spiking at 111, 109 degrees. So we did some comparisons on some of our favorite video games. There are in-game benchmarking tools like F1 2020, Shadows of the Tomb Raider, Red Dead Redemption, and also Horizon Zero Dawn. And we did some benchmarking with Optimus enabled, and then did another set of benchmarking with Optimus disabled, and we're going to bring those results to you. We also got on Cyberpunk 2077 with Optimus disabled, and that was fun as well. To get to the BIOS where you can enable and disable Optimus at startup of your laptop, go ahead and start clicking F2. Then go ahead and go to the Advanced tab with your arrow keys, then scroll down to Enable Hybrid Graphics Advanced Optimus. Go ahead and hit the Enter key, and you can either enable or disable your Optimus, Advanced Optimus. And just remember, if you're on disabled while gaming, your battery life is minimized significantly. Then just hit F10 to save your changes and click Yes, and it'll boot you right into Windows. So in the clip before with Cyberpunk, you noticed that I was getting around 40 to 50 FPS, and that's with Optimus disabled. With Optimus enabled, I was getting around 17 to 20 FPS. Now Cyberpunk, from what I understand, is more of a CPU bound game, or intensive. So that was a little, that was an interesting result. The spreadsheet that I have is with Shadow of the Tomb Raider here. That is a CPU bound game. I was getting max 135 FPS, average 88 FPS, and minimum 68 FPS, and that's with enabled Optimus. With Optimus disabled, I was getting 131 max, average 86, and minimum 67. That's CPU bound game. But if you go to F1 2020, which is a GPU bound game, and all these games are set on ultra settings in game, so just to let you know that. For F1 2020, I was getting max 153, average 139, minimum 117, and that was with enabled Optimus. But with disabled, I was getting the max of 207 FPS, 181 FPS average, and minimum 152. And then I have Horizon Dawn here, and which is a CPU bound, and Red Dead Redemption, which is also CPU bound. And Red Dead Redemption was a little bit of an interesting one. So with Optimus disabled, I got better scores than I did with Optimus enabled. I think you can really go down a rabbit hole when it comes to benchmarking a laptop, enabling Optimus, disabling Optimus, muck switch versus not having a muck switch, you know, what kind of a CPU you have, AMD versus Intel, GPU, and also how does the laptop manage temperatures, because that can really impact impact how your laptop performs. There are some things that I like versus things that I don't like about this laptop. The laptop itself physically is pretty hefty. It comes up to close to 8 pounds, and that is with the power brick. It has this back here kind of end that kind of dovetails from the actual laptop. I know it's for venting, but that also is adds some heft to it. I think it looks really nice. I like the color. I like the lights and the keyboard backlighting. I think it's pretty great. It has plenty of I/O in the back and the sides, and the I/O itself is right in the middle here in the back for better cable management. Lots of venting, so which is really great. The fans themselves would come on at random times, and not just while I was gaming. If it was sitting idle, they'd just pop on and shoot up to very high and would stay there for a certain amount of time and then gradually lower, and I could never find out what the heck was going on in the background that would cause that, so that was a little concerning to me. The screen is great. It has a web camera. It's not great, but it'll do the trick, and the sound was fantastic in my opinion. The mouse pad was large and the keyboard was pretty decent. I like the fingerprint reader for easy access to the desktop. So this Alienware laptop came out at around close to $2,000 to $2,100. I really think that you could probably get a better performing laptop for less money. I think that for your bang for buck, this laptop probably is not the best. I would be looking at like an Asus 15-inch or 16-inch Zephyrus, which I have right here that I'm going to be putting some benchmarks up. That might be something to consider. Anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from Tech by Pike, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. It helps the channel, and it gives us an opportunity to bring more videos like this to you. It also helps us get better as we continue to go down this path, and we appreciate that as well. Thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next one.